Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome. Annika here, going live on Facebook and Instagram. Today, we're talking about activating the lucky girl syndrome through the law of assumption. I'm so excited for this particular training for you guys. Your mind is going to be blown when you discover what this actually means. So, about I'd say a year and a half ago, the lucky girl syndrome was a hashtag that was trending on TikTok. I heard it from like another coach, and that's the only reason I signed up for a TikTok account because I'm actually not on TikTok, although I do have an account. And I saw the whole sort of like trend and momentum that was happening online on that particular hashtag. And it was through a lot of young millennials talking about the law of assumption and how to apply it through this kind of belief system of being lucky. And so there was some really great teachings out there, but also a lot of nonsense. So today I really want to teach you the real understanding of what it means to be the lucky girl, lucky boy, okay, and how to actually apply it effectively in every area of your life. Today we're going to do an energy clearing, we're doing a guided meditation, and we're going to do an activation. So big training today. Okay, so welcome to everyone who's joined me live. You can see names. Hi, Hatal. Hi, Mandy. Marisa, hello. Lorena, hello. Hi, Rexan. Hello. And also my Facebook friends as well. Okay, so right, let's talk about this. So the law of assumption is probably one of the lesser known laws. The most common universal law that people are familiar with is the law of attraction. So law of attraction says, okay, the thing that you want to attract, when you focus upon it and you energetically align to it, you'll magnetize it. So you attract that which you are. So it's on the premise that your energetic field is magnetic, which it is, and you draw to you life experiences, people, conversations, money, clients, opportunities through your frequency. Okay, so like attracts like. So you attract that which you are. So through most people's misunderstanding of the law of attraction, they are under the illusion that somehow they need to get to something, that somehow it's outside of them. That's a really common misconception when we talk about the law of attraction, that it's something outside of you, something you have to work towards, something you have to get to, something you have to align to that you currently do not have, and trying to get to it. And so by its very nature, it creates this feeling of like an absence of the thing, right? I don't have it yet. I'm trying to magnetize it. I'm trying to call it in. It's outside of me. There's something in me that's missing. So I need to get into energetic alignment, right? To kind of magnetize it to me. And then I finally get to have it. And by that very belief, it creates a lot of torment for people because a lot of people who are trying to use law of attraction, for them, it's not working. Like if you watch The Secret and you're wondering why it's not working for you, it's most likely because you've put the manifestation outside of yourself, outside of reach, and you're trying to manifest from the place of the absence of the thing, from a place of lack. Okay, I don't have it yet. It's missing in my life. I need to change who I am in order to call it in to become an energetic match so I can attract it into my life. Okay, so that's kind of like most people's misconception when it comes to law of attraction. And the truth is actually all the manifestations that you truly desire are already within you, And so I'm going to stack the concepts through another law, which is the law of assumption. So law of assumption was quite well written and documented by a man called Neville Goddard. He was around in the kind of like 1930s, 40s, where he talked a lot about a lot of the universal laws. It was part of the New Thought movement. And so he was one of the first to repropagate this concept of this particular law, the law of assumption. There is more than just these two laws when it comes to manifestation. Way more. So I'm not going to go into all the laws. I'll talk about that in the manifestation vortex and soul line manifestation mastery mastermind. But today I just want to focus on really helping you understand how to use this one particular law, which I think is my favorite, the law of assumption. The law of assumption. So you get what you expect. You get what you expect, not what you need or want. Okay, so for those of you watching, the reason I'm looking in two different directions is because I'm live on Facebook and I'm live on Instagram. That's why my eyes keeps moving, just so you know, in case you just joined. Okay, so under the law of assumption, it's you get what you expect or you get what you assume. So let me put into context for you. you are about to get on the phone to speak to a potential client, and perhaps you're nervous and anxious, and you're thinking, oh, I don't feel quite ready, I feel a bit anxious, I feel a bit scared, my price point's really high, what if they don't buy? I'm not sure I can get them the result. And so you're doing this call on this person, but with this kind of doubt in your mind around who you are, your capacity to deliver the result. And so you're on the phone talking to the person, and so you may have the best sales script, you could show up quite professional, but the energy with which you attend to the call, the seed of intention, before you got on that call, your intention was, I'm not sure this person's going to sign. I'm not sure this person, they're going to think it's too much money. Then I'm going to have to convince them, and so forth. And so because of that seed intention, like I said, you can have the best like sales script, but when you go on that phone call, it will become a vibrational match. That the outcome will be reflected back to you, and the person will say no. Go like, oh, it's too expensive. Oh, it's not the right time. They'll make some excuse because by the universal law of assumption, you get what you expect. So on some level, you're expecting that person to say no, and they reflected it back to you. And then your subconscious goes, I told you, I told you. And so your subconscious is always looking to prove you right. And so the outside world is always a reflection of inner world. Outside world is always a reflection of inner world. So it's always being mirrored back. So if there's something in your external reality, guys, that you are not liking, you are the creator of it. You are the creator of your life. So you are attracting to you your belief systems. So whatever you see out in the world, right, that you do not like, it's simply a reflection of something that within you. And so when we start to shift our assumptions, we start to change how we think, what we believe, what we expect. So let me give you another example. There are people out there in the world who are very sort of cynical. It's sort of like, it's too good to be true, glass half empty, it's a cold, harsh world, everyone's trying to get over somebody else, you can't trust anybody. And that's their kind of paradigm or world view. And so as a result of those belief systems and constructs about the world, so paradigm is simply just your way that you view the world through your eyes, okay? It's going to be reflected back to you. So if you believe that you can't trust people, you'll attract untrustworthy people. If you believe that people are unkind and horrible and judgmental and critical, if that's your belief, that will be reflected back to you in situations and circumstances of judgmental people. Does that make sense? So now you understand that you are always first cause. You are always first cause. So whatever's happening in your life, you're creating it. Consciously or unconsciously, you're creating it through the law of attraction and the law of assumption, because you get what you expect. So now you're thinking, well, that's just great, Anna, but like, how do I start to change my assumptions? Don't worry, I gotcha. I'm going to take you through energy clearing today. Today's theme and topic is the lucky girl syndrome. So we're going to activate you to be lucky, meaning that opportunity is always around you. So when one door closes, 10 more open. All right, that's my belief. When one door closes, 10 more open. Instead of focusing on the door that's closed and you're missing all the new doors that are open, recognize that when one opportunity door closes, there is 10, at least 10 more, which means that the universe is in infinite supply. So God is always giving you more opportunities. It's not just the one client, the one deal, the one conversation, your last chance at happiness. Like that's a lack mentality. So when it comes to this law of assumption, if you are tied to a paradigm, an assumption about the world that there is not enough soulmates, not enough money, not enough opportunities, not enough clients, not enough, where you feel that you're not enough. You're not enough to get the sale. You're not enough to sell the offer. You're not hot and sexy enough to get the soulmate. You're not smart enough to get the education or to get the promotion, and so forth. And so, as I said, you get what you expect, not what you need or want. You get what you expect. So we're going to start to change some of our assumptions. And I'm going to take you through a bit of a meditation and an energy clearing, and then we'll activate the Lucky Girl. This is just a small taster of what I did in the Lucky Girl Masterclass a few weeks back, which is still available to purchase. So you'll have the link below this video, so you can go check that out. This is a small taster of this, but I wanted to really, as I've kind of felt into my community, I really felt that a lot of people around the world have gotten like tapped into this lack paradigm, that is being fueled by a lot of the mass media, television, newspapers, government, right? People talking about the world going crazy. It's a perspective. It's a worldview. Now you can choose to create heaven on earth or hell on earth. It's your choice, conscious or unconscious. I would love for you to create heaven on earth, to make life blissful, joyful, expansive. So we need to start to change some of our assumptions. So we're going to start to blow up some of these incorrect assumptions about the worldview. So let me give you another example. And just light up the comments as well. Let me know. So do you know of people that work really, really hard? They may have one job, two jobs, long hours, and make very little money. Give me a yes if you know of people like that. It may even be you. Just give me a yes in the chat. Let me know. Okay, let's just see what's happening with Facebook. Yes? Yeah, okay, got it. Okay, so do you know of people who don't even look like they work or work hardly ever and make stacks of cash? Do you know of people like that? Yeah, maybe I met someone like this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know a lot of teachers in Poland. It's been me before. Yes. Okay. So that means that both of those realities exist. Both of those potentials on our planet right now exist. Everything in between. Everything in between. So there's people who are working their asses off, one job, two job, long hours, making very little. Right? Okay. We could pay homage to the nurses around the world. They work very hard for very little money. Okay. And then we have the complete extreme, the complete opposite of people who don't look like they even have a job, making lots of money, and you're like, how do they even do it? Like, what do they do for a living that makes them so much money? And so it's a different worldview. Okay, so stay with me here. So the person who is got two jobs, working their ass off, making hardly any money, what do you feel would be some of their assumptions about money, about job opportunities, about their value in the marketplace, about the economy, about the government? What do you think might be their assumptions? Okay, let me know. Yeah, might be easier to post the comments in Facebook, my Facebook friends. So some of the assumptions might be it's hard to get a job, the world is headed for complete destruction, the government's not taking care of me, governments are corrupt, it's a cold, harsh world, nobody wants me, nobody needs me, I'm worthless, right? Those are all incorrect assumptions. So as a result of that person having those assumptions about themselves and the world, it's a mirror reflection. The outside world is always a mirror reflection. So because of those incorrect assumptions about themselves and their value in the world, it's reflected back to them in the way that they live their life. So when they turn on social media, when they're going into the social media, all they see in the feed is all the bad news because their vibrational match to their beliefs, their assumptions. They're literally attracting all the negative content on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, right? It's everywhere. They're bombarded by it because the subconscious always wants to prove you right. So you become a magnet to all the bad news in the world. So let's now flip it to the person who doesn't appear to have a job at all, doesn't work, making stacks of cash. And you're like, what are they doing to make so much money? Okay. Now these might be the investors, right? That they've used their money and they've invested into crypto or property or multiple properties. Maybe they have investments of some kind, right? Maybe they're a business owner. So somebody else is working in their business, but they just own the business. Okay. So there's a difference between a business owner and working in your business. Okay. There's a big difference. Okay. So being the business owner versus being the employee in your business. So these are business owners who just basically have they own the company, have people working for them. Those people work and they collect the profits and dividends. Okay, those are just some examples. So if you think about some of these people that you see that look like they don't have a job or that they may be working, but they're making so much money for very little, What do you think might be their assumptions? If you kind of feel into that, tune into that, what do you think might be their assumptions about money, about business, about the economy, about government, about clients, about their self-worth in the marketplace, about support, about team, right? What do you think their assumptions are? Yeah. Yeah, thank you for the chat, guys, in Facebook. I see it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so let me know, guys, what do you think that person's assumptions might be? Life is great. I am lucky. I am blessed. Everything's working out in my favor. Everything's happening for me instead of to me. I am worthy and deserving of the best support. I only hire A-team players. Money is sacred. Money is holy. Okay? I make money while I sleep. God showers me with abundance every single day. Money flows to me in unlimited supply. I am loved, I am adored, I am special. I am important. I have value in the world. I create impact with my business. I create generational wealth. Yeah. Thank you, Mary. Mary says, money makes me money. I am worthy. Life is abundant. Exactly. Exactly. So, two different people with two different assumptions create two different realities. You are always first cause. Your life outside of you is a mirror reflection of your assumptions. If you're assuming and expecting it's going to be hard, it will be. If you're assuming and expecting you're going to be cheated, you will be. If you're assuming and expecting that it's going to be easy and that you are lucky and that you're always at the right place at the right time, then the universe will reflect that back to you. Do you see? So I want you to think of your outside world as a mirror, right? As a mirror. So let's do this right now, guys. Close your eyes for me. Close your eyes. And just center yourself in your big, beautiful heart, feeling fully present to the moment of now, becoming aware of your breath. And just disconnecting from everything that's happened today. So if this is the end of your day, just really being fully present to your breath, to this moment right now, and just gift yourself these next 15, 20 minutes with me to activate the lucky girl, to activate your prosperous, abundant, most loving self. Just gift yourself this time right now. Okay, and if you're watching the replay, this healing and activation will still work. And so I just want you to bring your awareness into your heart space and just expand your heart space and your energy out from your heart chakra, out across your body in a beautiful golden ball of light all around you. Good. Expanding even further. Expand this beautiful golden ball of light past our city, our country, our planet, our solar system, Milky Way galaxy, past all the galaxies. Just keep expanding out further and further. Feel yourself connected to everything and everyone in the universe. Expanding beyond the universe through layers and layers of light, until you reach this beautiful, pearly, iridescent, bright, bright white light. The energy of God, universal intelligence, Allah, whatever you call this higher power. Feel yourself fully connected to this beautiful divine energy that is all around us, within us and all around us. Remembering you are not separate, you're part of all that is. You're not separate, you're part of all that is. So let's first begin with a cleansing. So we're just going to ask the request, command this divine light just to purify your auric field. So we're going to release any contamination in your auric field. So this is where you've been plugged into the news and media and negative media and propaganda, where you've got hooked in, corded into TV, radio, social media that's made you anywhere that's made you fearful, made you go into lack, made you go into separation, into feeling helpless and lonely and isolated. anywhere that you've been brainwashed into that there is not enough in any shape or form, whether it's money, clients, love, wellness and well-being, all the things, all the things. So I just want you just to feel, see, feel, sense as this beautiful divine light washes over you. You may witness a beautiful golden shower of light washing over you, coming down from your crown chakra all across your body. Just washing away all this dense fog. I often see it like a gray mist, like barbecue smoke. All right, so just imagine seeing that dark mist just being washed away, cleansed, until your auric field is beautiful and golden, like you see yourself in a beautiful golden, sparkly egg. This is your auric field that surrounds you. Feel the energy. You can imagine Archangel Michael coming around and just vacuuming up the energy. Just simply dissolved. Any hooks or cords are simply just disconnected. It doesn't serve you and it's not the highest truth. You guys are doing well. Keep going. Don't push, don't force, just allow, relax. Let this divine light do the work for you. Well done. Okay, so the first part is I'm going to do an energy clearing for you. So this will be done for you. So I'm going to be working with everyone watching live as watching the replay. So if you're watching the replay, just think of it as a pre-scheduled healing above the planet. And when you say yes in the chat, then the healing will be given to you. Okay. So I'm just going to tune into everyone watching live and everyone that's going to watch the replay. Okay. So the first thing we need to clear out is all the past regrets of all the past mistakes. Everywhere that you're feeling like you're not good enough or not smart enough or silly or stupid, worthless, not belonging, not fitting in as a result of mistakes, which the emotion attached to that is actually shame. It carries shame. So shame is one of the lowest frequencies. So there's a book called Power versus Force by David R. Hawkins, and he talks about the map of consciousness. So he's measured that different emotions have different frequencies, and shame vibrates at one of the lowest, one of the lowest. And so this is a very low, dense energy, and for you to be able to manifest effortlessly and easily, we need to be able to release the shame. Yes, we can acknowledge our shame, but also be able to release it and let it go. You no longer need to hold on to any shame of any past mistakes that you made because they're done. It's in the past. You can't change it. What can you do? Learn from it. Instead of punishing yourself for the mistakes of the past, holding on to the shame to make sure that you remember the mistake, right? We're going to release this now. So I want you to use your breath, and with your permission, just going to release the regrets and the self-punishment energy that you carry and all the shame that you're carrying from past mistakes. This could be mistakes in relationships, mistakes with money or investments, mistakes with your kids, mistakes with friendships, mistakes in team, everywhere that you are harboring this shame and this guilt and self-punishing energy for the mistakes of the past. So let's release that now. Just give me a yes. Thank you. And so as I'm feeling into everyone, a lot of you, it's sitting in your sexual chakra. Interesting, the sexual chakra is linked to abundance. It's not just a chakra just for sexuality, but it's also linked to abundance. And so I want you to breathe into the area. Imagine if your belly button had a mouth. Okay, feel yourself breathing from that place as we release this energy. Thank you guys. This is making it so much easier. Release, release, release. Good. Let it go. It no longer serves you. When we hold on to the anger and resentment and frustration and mistakes, we're actually destined to repeat them because it sits in our field. So by willing to let it go, being willing to forgive yourself, you can move past it, move forward, learn, grow, and expand your capacity to receive more. As we're releasing this lower, dense energy, it's making room for more light to come in. So as this dense energy of shame is being released, I want you to see this beautiful divine light coming into your space. More divine light. Filling your body with light. Good. Well done. Okay, next, your heart chakra. You might like to put your hand on your heart to activate that chakra. So the heart chakra, obviously the chakra of love. The heart chakra also has the largest electromagnetic field. This is why we can connect to people across vast distances. This is our ability to connect with other humans, the ability to have compassion, the ability to connect with others in a deep level, that people you've never met before, but you can feel into their pain, their suffering. You can feel into their joy and excitement. This is how we are connected to each other. Okay, so I want you just, as you've got your hands on your heart chakra, activating that chakra. With that, we carry some sorrow, grief, sadness, and rejection and betrayal. So this is all the times that you put yourself out there in a relationship or in a new friendship and you got betrayed, you got cheated, you felt humiliated, you felt unloved, you felt hurt, like all of that makes you feel afraid to actually give love again, and also to be afraid to actually receive it because it came with betrayal. You now believe that love is coming with attachment, like love is like a trade, like I give this to you, then you'll love me. And so this is why there's this resistance or block to actually receive the soulmate, attract the soulmate, because there's a block in the heart chakra. So what we're going to do now is, again, we're going to allow the divine to do the work. The divine energy is incredibly intelligent. It doesn't need instructions and commands. It can be very simple, just to bring awareness to the blocked area, and ask for it to be released. You don't need to unpack it. You don't need to digest it. Don't need to like pull it all apart. You just set the intention that you are done with holding on to the betrayal, the hurt, the rejection, the abandonment, the sense of loss and grief, that you can let this go now. You can let this go so that not only can you feel safe and trust yourself to give love again, but also to actually receive love from friends, from family, from your soulmate, from your clients, right? From strangers. Be available to receive the love that is all around you. We're changing some assumptions here, guys. It is not a cold, harsh world. It's a beautiful, loving world if you choose to see it that way. Remember, outside world is always a reflection of inner world. So we're starting to shift our assumptions about how we see the world, perceive the world, and feel the world. Okay, so again, just with your permission, just give me a yes. And we're just releasing all this hurt, rejection, betrayal, abandonment, loneliness, emptiness, defeat. Breathe into this area, guys. Breathe. I'm just going to invoke the presence of Ascended Master Kuan Yin. Think of her as like the Chinese version of Mother Mary. She brings compassion. We need to bring in some compassion for yourself. She's a very powerful presence. I use Kuan Yin a lot in my healing with women. So we're just going to allow Kuan Yin to support us with this healing because the energy feels quite dense. There's a lot of people that are going to be watching this. And to hold this energy, I'm requesting the assistance of Kuan Yin as we release this energy to bring in more compassion. If you're feeling like a sense of warmness in your heart, breathe even deeper into your heart space. If you're feeling tingles on your skin, it's all good. Your nervous system is responding. It's starting to calm and soothe in response to this new energy that's coming in. As a dense energy of hurt and betrayal and heartache is releasing, just being simply shifted into and changed into light, transmuted into light, it's allowing more space in your heart for more love. And so you may feel, sense maybe pink light coming into your heart, or green light coming into your heart, or a beautiful pink rose, or a fluffy cloud. Whatever you're sensing or feeling or perceiving is absolutely perfect. You'll be shown like your metaphor for this healing. Know that it is done. Know that it gets to be easy. That you're willing to let this go right now. You no longer need to hold on to this as your form of protection. Again, it's a very dense energy, low energy. And we want to raise your frequency up on the map of consciousness. In order to do that, we need to release the mistrust, the betrayal, the hurt, and any blocks you may have to receiving and giving love. We want this beautiful flow, this channel to be occurring in, out, giving love, receiving love. It needs to be a beautiful flow, right? My experience, my community of healers and coaches were really great givers, not such great receivers. We feel guilty. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about me. Let me take care of you. Okay. And we need to learn to become better receivers. If you want more abundance in your life, it's about learning to become a better receiver. That person I mentioned earlier who makes stacks of cash and doesn't even look like they have a job, all right? How are they making their money? They have assumptions about themselves being fantastic receivers. They don't have the belief they have to work for the money. They have a belief that the money works for them. Do you see? They have a different assumption about money when it comes to receiving, right? They don't have to work for it. Money works for them through their investments. Yeah, that's their assumption. That's why that reality exists for them, because of that assumption. Okay, so just keep breathing as this energy is shifting, allowing yourself to be a better receiver. Good. Great. You guys are great. Really good. Okay. Okay, next. We go into your throat chakra. And again, you might like to put your hand on this area. And this is your ability to ask for what you want. I know it sounds really simple. Often people are afraid to ask for what they want in case they hear a no. And they're scared that if they hear a no, it means that they've been rejected. They take it very personally. Okay. And so wanting to avoid rejection, fear of speaking out, fear of speaking your truth, for fear of being rejected, and outcasted. Okay, so there's some stuff around like asking for what you want and being scared that you'll be outcasted. Part of our throat chakra is also expressing all the good things in our life as well. So like counting our blessings, being grateful. So declaring, when we declare and decree all the beautiful things we've received. So part of manifesting anything you want in your life starts with being grateful for what you have, right? When you're grateful for what you have, the universe brings you more, because you're remember under the law, if you're in the law of attraction and you're grateful for what you have, the universe sends you more. When you complain about what is going on in your life, the universe sends you more. Okay, all right. So part of our throat chakra is also declaring all the blessings that we have in our life and sharing and celebrating our wins with others. But for a lot of people, they're scared to actually share all the amazing things that are happening in their life. They're scared that, oh, well, their life is bad and their life is bad. And if I celebrate my success, then I'll get attacked. I'll get judged. People say horrible things about me. I'll get the evil eye. There's a whole lot of like incorrect assumptions around if I share and celebrate all the good things that are happening in my life with my family, friends, the world. If I start to celebrate publicly, like, oh, I've just had my baby. Oh, I've just got the promotion. Oh, I've just made my first $100,000 month. Right? If you start sharing that, the fear is, oh, I might not be liked. Oh, I might be attacked. Oh, people will be jealous. They'll give me the evil eye. I'll lose all my friends. I'll be lonely. Those are all incorrect assumptions, which then, as a consequence, you stifle your expression, either asking for what you want and not having your needs met, or stifling your manifestation because you are not speaking your truth about all the blessings that you currently have, and sharing good news, right? Sharing good news. There was years ago, there was I think it was a TV station that tried to have a news channel that only shared the good news. Only, it didn't share all the bad crap that was happening in the world, like this person died and this earthquake happened. It wasn't interested in any of that. It was sharing all the amazing, beautiful things. And unfortunately, that particular news station didn't last. For some reason, humans were not interested in hearing all the blessings and all the good things in the world. They were obsessed and focused on turning on the TV at 7 p.m. with that adrenaline music. Dun, 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 here's the bad news of the day, right? And then your nervous system gets fried and now you're scared, right? Every single day, Monday to Sunday, you open up the newspapers. Here's all the bad things that are happening in your world, right? TV, radio, you're being bombarded. Here's all the bad news of the day. Here's all the traffic on the roads, just in case you didn't know. Right? And it leaves people in this like state of fear. And so we want to be able to like unplug, disconnect from that worldview and start to shift our focus to all the beautiful, amazing things that are happening, because on an everyday basis, they do. They do. The news is just not reporting it because it doesn't sell newspapers or TV commercials. Make sense? Can you see the insanity of the world we live in? Our media is focused on feeding us all the bad things that are happening in the world. You get what you focus upon. The more we focus on the war, creates more war. The more we focus on cancer, it creates more cancer. The more we focus on the hate of a particular culture or religion, it creates more of the same. The war on terror, the war on cancer, it's feeding the energy and creating more of it. Do you see what I'm saying? Law of assumption, law of attraction, working perfectly, perfectly. So my beautiful souls, you are going to be my legionnaires, my light workers of the world, who's going to start to shift your awareness. You are going to start to pivot your awareness from all the bad things that are happening in the world to all the good that is happening in your life. And when you start to share and speak all the good things that are happening in your life, and you start to look for all the good things. So with my private clients, there's a thing that I do, and I picked this up from one of my earlier coaches many years ago. And he would ask me at the beginning of every call, Anna, what are your wins? And I knew that I had to have something that I had to tell him, that was something good that happened. So because I knew every single week my coach was going to ask me, what wins do you have? My subconscious manufactured wins. So every coaching call, business got better, life got better, because he kept asking me, what are your wins? So I love this habit, and I continue to do this with my clients. So my private clients, they know. And it's going to ask them, what wins have you got? So my client today, just today, several hours ago, actually I had two clients today, but yeah, one of my clients says, yep, I've sold an offer for 5,000 euros. I sold another offer for like 8,600 euros. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's like, I think it's like a 16K cash day. Well done you. Well done you. I said, keep the momentum going. So because she knew, and she said, oh, those deals only closed in the last couple of days. Well, of course, because her subconscious is like, and it's going to ask me for wins, I better have some wins, right? So this is how powerful the law of attraction and the law of assumption is. It works like magic, right? So instead of focusing on all the terrible things that are happening in the world and complaining about all the crap that you have in your life, pivot. I'm not saying pretend it's not happening. I'm not saying that. Yes, you can be aware, but not inundated. Like, don't watch the news, don't read the newspaper, switch off the radio, right? Listen to all the positive, uplifting things. So things like your TED Talks, my YouTube channel is like Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks, Law of Attraction, Law of Assumption, like it's all positive stuff. So I can't help, I want to watch this and I want to watch this. I don't get bad news in my feed because that's not what I focus on. That's not what I click on. Does it make sense? So what is your feed showing? If you went on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, what is your feed giving you? What is it feeding you, right? Because it's all coming into your subconscious, okay? So throat chakra, guys, throat chakra. Let's allow the divine energies to clear this chakra, to release everywhere that you've silenced yourself, that you were being told that it's wrong to ask for what you want, that you'll be rejected, abandoned, killed, outcasted. We're just going to release this. Again, across time and space, Just allow the divine to do the work. It's just simply through intention. Breathe. Good. Release. Breathe. Nice deep breaths, guys. Nice deep breaths. Release. 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 A lot of dense energy. I'm seeing like ropes and chains around people's necks. Release. Good. Letting go of any vows, oaths, contracts that where you need permission from other people to speak your truth, or you're waiting. Let's release this now. That it's safe to speak your truth. Ask for your needs to be met, trusting that the right people will show up for you. Good. Okay, good. Okay, last piece of the energy clearing before we get into the activation. This is around giving away your power. So we get tricked into giving away our power. Okay, every human being is powerful. Every human being. Through your perception and through your assumptions and judgments, you may see certain people, certain situations, and see them as powerless. But this is basically a false self. It's not the highest truth. Every soul on the planet is powerful. They just got tricked into believing they're powerless. Okay, I actually wrote a blog on this whole topic that expands on it much more deeply. But essentially, either society tricks you into giving away your power. This might be the bully. So it might be the bully at school who, threatened you and took your lunch money, right? And so they were bigger, stronger, and so they bullied you and made you afraid. And you were scared that you might be hurt, and so you gave away your power, okay? And so the bully, okay, the bully actually is a very frightened child who's just using their size and aggression to have control over you. That's not power, that's control, okay? And that kind of power or control doesn't last because they need to keep repeating that behavior so they can feel powerful temporarily, okay? But in that moment, you get tricked into giving your power away. And so what are the modern bullies? Well, could be the government, your government, who's bullying you into submission, into fear and lack and into worry, for example. Could be the boss, where you are taking those pay cuts, scared to say anything because of the economy, right? It could be a friend or a partner who's like, judging you constantly attacking you verbally, right? They become the bully. You're not good enough. You're worthless. You can't do this. Who do you think you are, right? The naysayers around you, right? They could be the bully. And so they trick you into believing you're powerless and you give away your power, right? You actually give it away. Nobody can take it. You actually can give it away. Other times, we actually give it away. We want to help someone, right? So my healers in the room, you want to heal your clients. And so energetically, like you want to save them, you want to help them. And so you use a part of your life force energy to help a client. But how many clients can you help like this? Not that many. And so you can only hold so many people in your hands, right? Only so many. So if you're finding you're experiencing lack in your life, that you want more clients, you want more money, and you're not receiving it, is because you're carrying your clients. You're making yourself responsible for your clients. You need to start believing in the power of your clients. Your clients are not victims. They're powerful beings. Your task is to help them see their power, to help them remember their power, not to give it to them. They have always had it, just to reclaim it, reclaim their power and their sovereignty. Am I making sense, guys? Give me a yes if this is resonating with you today. Yeah, let me know. An emoji, a yes, if this is landing for you today. Oh, I'm seeing the comments in Facebook. I thought nobody was talking to me on Facebook, but there's loads of comments. So yes, okay. Good. Throat clearing was very powerful and emotional. My pleasure, Mary, my pleasure. It was much needed for you right now. Yeah, great. Yes, okay. Instagram. Yeah, beautiful. Great. Okay, so when we give our power away to our clients, to a sick child, right? That's the instance where we give it away. So what we want to do is we want to be able to hold our power and to empower others by being a mirror. If we hold our power, we are a mirror for them. So we show them what it looks like to be in our power, which then gives them permission to be in their power. But if we see through our eyes, if we look upon our, say, our friends or our clients as helpless, as victims, as needing saving, if we see them in that way, they're going to see themselves that way. They need saving, they need rescuing, they need helping their victims. It has the opposite effect. Does that make sense? So we just start seeing them powerful, helping them realize they are powerful. Do you see? So we hold our own power and we become a mirror for them to see what power looks like when we hold our power. They see that, we see them in their power, and they step up. That's the amazing work that happens with my clients in a very rapid way. I see their potential, I see their power, and I help them see that power within themselves. So we're just cleaning out the assumptions, incorrect assumptions, and activating their true power. I love this law, the law of power. I don't think anyone's writing about it, this particular law, correctly. They're seeing power as control and manipulation. Completely incorrectly. It's misunderstanding of this law completely. When I had words with the man upstairs, creative all that is, I was like, show me, explain to me this law of power. I want to understand it because I see so much suffering in the world, and then I see so much joy and expansion and growth in the world. How can this be? And creator showed me people get tricked into giving away their power or think they have to give it away so that they can be kind, good, holy, sacred. And so they sacrifice themselves. And so if you're experiencing like a lack in clients, lack of students in your classes, a lack of money, lack of opportunities, it's because you're carrying people and it was never your job. Let go of carrying people. Believe in the power of the people, the power of your clients, the power of your kids, the power of your soulmate. Believe in their power. When you start to see them as powerful, you'll be a mirror for them to see their power. Make sense? I'm dropping so many golden nuggets tonight. Oh my God. This is so good. So good. I really hope you're enjoying today's training. So powerful. Like the teachings that are coming through is just phenomenal. Phenomenal. If you implement this, if you implement the awareness of what you are doing with your power, and your power sits in your solar plexus. Your seat of power is in your solar plexus. Okay. So in earlier life, I did a clearing on that particular chakra. Okay, right. Are we ready for the activation? We're going to activate you as the lucky girl or lucky boy. You ready, guys? Okay. Closing your eyes. Let's do this. Okay. So I'm going to be doing this for everyone live and everyone watching the replay. Again, just give me a yes for this if you want this. So essentially, I'm just working in your energetic field as a collective consciousness of souls. Okay, so let's start like coding in that you are blessed, that you are fortunate, that you are lucky, that everything is working out for you instead of to you, that everything is working out in your favor, that there is a blessing in every experience. Would you like this? Thank you. Good. Let's just teach you and show that one door closes, 10 more open, 100 more open. That there's always new opportunities. There's an abundance of opportunities. Your opportunities are limitless. You can also receive opportunities. You can also attract opportunities, magnetize opportunities, okay? And you can also pursue opportunities. So both active and passive, There's a different frequency to both. So an active opportunity might be you picking up the phone and reaching out to somebody that becomes your next client. That's active. Passive is you're manifesting, you're calling them in, and they reach out to you. Both frequencies work. So we're going to code in both frequencies. Opportunities coming to you, and you also actively seeking opportunities, right? So if you're an investor, this might be you actively seeking the best investment deals in your city or in your country. Okay, that's going to be an active activity for you to seek out opportunities. They're available for you. There's plenty of opportunities. You actually have to go out there and actively seek it. Okay, and there are times where you can just manifest and call it in, and then somebody phones you up or sends you an email, reaches out, they comment on your live, and they ask about how to work with you. That's passive. You're magnetizing and calling them in through the law of attraction. Okay, so both. We want both. So you can see and recognize and know opportunities. Good. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's just teach you and show you that you are a magnet to an abundance of love in every area of your life. That love finds you, that you attract and magnetize love to you in every area of your life. Good. Mm-hmm. And let's release the rules you have around being lovable. So I think a few of the ladies are like, oh, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not skinny enough, I'm not successful enough. Like there's some stories you've got around criteria about being lovable. Honestly, guys, like you were born lovable and you're still lovable, regardless of size and shape and age and whatever other story you've got going on. Okay. So let's just release all the stories you have or criteria, incorrect assumptions about being lovable, and to know that you are lovable. Good. Breathe for me, guys. Don't stop breathing. Let it in. Part of being lovable is also loving yourself, guys. You love yourself. Okay. 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 Next is support. So this is about being available for all the support that in any situation, opportunity, support is always available. So you never need to feel alone, you never need to feel stuck, you never need to feel like, I don't know how. There's always support around you. You can always attract and magnetize someone to you that can help you with something. So whether it's, you want to buy a car and you're not sure which car to buy because, you're not a bloke and you don't know mechanics and you don't want to get ripped off at the second-hand car dealership. And so you're going to attract the best man possible that's going to come with you to make sure you're going to get a good deal on that second-hand car, for example. Okay, so when I'm talking about like being available for support, right place, right time. Whether you stumble across like the most amazing Facebook ads person or the most amazing launch manager who knows how to do launches on Facebook, right? The best virtual assistant, the best accountant, the best bookkeeper, the best CFO, the best tax advisor, the best salesperson in your company, like all the things, being available for these beautiful situations, circumstances, people and experiences of opportunity, being lucky, being blessed that you're at the right place, right time, there's people at the right place, right time, so that everything works out smoothly and effortlessly. Yeah. In regards to support with like a nanny for your child or a babysitter, support with piano lessons for your daughter, for example, yeah, or the best therapist for your partner, okay, all the things, being available for all the support. Good. Very nice. Okay. Okay, next, let's code in the energetic frequency for opportunities of prosperity. Okay, money can come in lots of ways. It can come through investments. It can come through interest. It can come through a surprise gift. You can find money on the ground. You can get your money from your clients. You can be invited to an opportunity that allows your money that you have in savings to make you money in an investment. Like, it can come from so many ways rather than it must come and it can only come from this way. So when we're tapping into the assumption that we are the lucky girl assumes that opportunities are everywhere and that abundance is everywhere. So she's not limiting where the money has to come from. Just because you have a job doesn't mean it can only come from the job. Or if you have your business and you have this offer, it must only come from this offer and it can't come from somewhere else, right? Right now, all your offers could be selling. Just because you're not promoting all your offers doesn't mean that other offers can't be selling while you're promoting one offer and something else is selling behind the scenes. It doesn't make sense. So being available for all the ways that money can come, not putting a limit of like, well, this is where I can logically see it must come, and so I'm expecting it to come and must come this way. And what you do is you actually block the flow. You block the flow. And so when you're open and available for all the ways it can come, it comes in expected and unexpected ways. Okay, so let's just code that in. Being open and available for all the abundance and prosperity in expected and unexpected ways. More than enough, plenty. There's more than enough to go around. And that when you receive money, the assumption is there's always more where that came from. So when you receive money from a client, like, thank you very much, universe, there's always more where that came from. So you're expecting the next payment, the next payment, the next payment. You get a gift, there's more where that came from, right? You get a surprise bunch of flowers, there's more where that came from. You never need to be into, oh, I just got this money and so hasn't got any, I must be taking it from there. Never go into guilt and lack around when you receive money. Very important. I'm going to unpack this a little more deeper inside the Soul Line Manifestation Mastery. It's more of my advanced manifestation mastermind, where I'm going to unpack this energetic frequency around receiving with guilt, and then you're spending the money with guilt, which is why probably when you're receiving money, you're getting rid of it really quickly. Like, if you're finding that you're receiving money and it gets spent as quickly as possible, it's because you're receiving it with guilt or shame. There's some sort of emotional anchor in your body that needs to be cleared. So this is what we're going to unpack inside the mastermind. It's a little bit more of an advanced process. So I'll save that for the mastermind. But just so you get the general gist of what we're talking about here. So right now we're just coding in your capacity to be available to receive all the ways it can come. Expected and unexpected. More than enough, plenty, overflow. Just breathe into this frequency of overflow, this assumption that a prosperity, abundance is in overflow. Allow it in. More than enough. Because when you receive abundance, prosperity, then you get to share it, right? If there's plenty for you to save, spend, invest, and give. Right? Just by the very frequency and language of plenty, overflow, more than enough, suggests that there is more than enough, more than enough for you, more than you can spend, more than you know what to do with, right? So let's put that one in. That you attract and magnetize to you more money than you know what to do with. More opportunities that you know what to do with. That's a great problem to have, right? More opportunities than you know what to do with, so that you can actually have the cherry picking, right? You can pick which opportunities you want to go for. Say yes to certain things and no to others. Yeah, that's an assumption of a very successful person. They cherry pick. They're not in lack. They know there's lots of opportunities. They get to say to no to some and yes to others. So let's pop that into your field. And that it's possible. And don't worry about the how, guys. Let go of the how right now. How it's going to come. Let it go. The universe, God, Allah has a better plan. Allow it to be easy. Good. Good. All right. All right. Open your eyes. Nice deep breath. Let me know how you're feeling. There are some very foundational programs around Lucky Girl that were just programmed in. You now need to follow through with right action. Right action. Meaning, if you truly believe that you are the lucky girl, how would you show up and behave? What would you be doing if you knew you were the lucky girl? Thank you, Guswell. Amazing. My pleasure, Justina. My pleasure. Hey, Mona. Thank you for my emoji. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Feeling good, guys? Right, so part of this next step to activate and really learn to embody this new frequency, these new codes, is to act as if. This is final piece of law of assumption. You must act as if it's already true. You may not have the physical evidence right now that you are lucky, right? But you're acting as if you are. You're living in the delusion, right? So if you knew you were lucky, you were blessed, if you knew everything's working out in your favor, if you knew that one door closed, 10 more opened, right? If you knew that you were magnetic to clients, money, opportunities, how would you be showing up? What would you be doing? Okay, what moves would you be making, right? If you knew and truly believed, and you start acting as if you're lucky, okay, and blessed and fortunate. And so you would start with being grateful for all the good things that you have in your life. And you'd be looking for all the good news. You'd be looking for all the wins, right? Just as I said earlier, I asked my clients, what wins are we celebrating this week, right? So imagine I'm your coach, and every week I'm going to ask you, what wins are we celebrating this week? I often do that in my group programs as well. What are wins are we celebrating? Yeah. And when people when they light up the chat and they share their wins, others in the group celebrate them. I don't have dream stealers and naysayers in my community. They're not allowed in, right? They're promptly kicked out, okay? I want people who celebrate and honor each other, celebrate each other's success, and be inspired. Be inspired when you see someone else succeeding. Instead of being jealous and envious, be inspired. Oh, I would like that too. What would that look like for me? If I created that kind of success, what would that look like for me? Right? We're not coveting. We're saying, I like what they've got. What would that look like for me? I'm really inspired by what they've created. I would like something like this as well. Universe, show me, what does it look like for me? Yeah. And being grateful daily. So one of the things I've done for years is a gratitude process. I literally list at least 3 things I'm grateful for every day. It's just a habit. It's the first thought in my mind. What am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? For a long time, I was doing it as a journaling, and now I just do it in my head. You get to choose. But some ritual habit that puts you in that state of gratitude and celebration. Okay? Disconnecting from toxic, negative content, news, newspapers, social media, like unfollow, unsubscribe. Like that stuff is not going to help you to create a miraculous life. It's only going to pull you down. We want to develop your muscles, your intuitive strength to start to strengthen your own power and your ability to hold your own power. You can only do that if you are surrounding yourself with positive and inspiring content, positive, inspiring people and communities, right? Okay. That's so important. We all need our cheerleaders. Stay away from the dream stealers, hang out with the cheerleaders, and be inspired by the luminaries. Yes? What luminaries are you listening to, watching, reading? Right? The luminaries are your teachers, your gurus, your coaches, your mentors. Right? Be selective about your luminaries and surround yourself with those cheerleaders, guys. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Hopefully you're feeling good. Hopefully feeling good. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. So if you loved today's training, I'd love for you to share it. I'd love for you to share it. Just make sure you tag me at @AnnaKitney_official. Just tag me. You can obviously for Facebook friends, you can share it to your feed. And on Instagram, I'd love for you to share. I want more people to know this teaching. More people unsubscribing from negative, toxic content online. More people being grateful and celebrating their wins and celebrating the wins of others. Let's create a beautiful sisterhood around the world of celebrating all our lucky girls until it becomes the new standard. Imagine one day we have a TV station solely devoted to all the good news in the world, right? Where people consciously choose to listen to that channel. They consciously want to hear all the good that is happening in the world, right? Where you focus upon growers, We can literally shift the consciousness of the planet, shift our awareness by shifting our focus, and it begins with us. Begins with us. Okay. All right. So if you love today's training, I'd love for you to share this particular training. And obviously we have our next steps. So my Facebook friends, the links are for you inside the chat already. So we've got the manifestation vortex. So you can join for free, okay, which is for the 3 days. And then a week later, the content will come down, but it's 3 days of training with me on manifestation. This is where we start to activate and accelerate your manifestation powers. So it's an amplification of your manifestation powers. I'll be talking about the 3 codes, 3 foundational codes to amplify your manifestation. Okay, right? And we will not be talking about the law of attraction. Okay, right? I'll be talking about some other codes. All right. Okay, so manifestation vortex. And then I have just released a new thing. Just today I was inspired. It's called Heal, Quantum Leaping of Your Abundant Self. This is a healing and meditation to connect to another dimension, to an alternate self, to bring through codes from a version of you that is abundant. Okay, so I know some of you got the Midas Touch meditation, which is like the one where everything you touch turns to gold. This one is your abundant self. So we're going to be doing a quantum leap into another dimension, alternate self in the multiverse. All right, stay with me here, guys. It's super cool. This stuff works. It's the stuff I've been doing it for years, 4 years. Okay, pulling in codes from another version of me. When you have a desire for something, where do you think the desire comes from? It comes from God, but also comes from your soul. And your soul is having another experience in another timeline. So when you have a desire for that soulmate, it's because there's another version of you, another dimension that already has that soulmate. They already experience it. And when you're feeling that disconnection, it's because it's not present in this dimension, but it's present there. And you're trying to bridge the gap. So this process, this healing process that I'm going to take you through, it's the beginning of my new modality. Some of you may have heard I'm creating a modality. Anna Kitten is creating a modality. So yeah, it's based on my quantum leaping process, which a lot of my high-level masterminds get. And this is the expansion of this as a healing modality. So you'll be getting a taster of my new healing process to start to activate the codes from other dimensions, other realities into the now, which then creates this quantum leaps. You literally wake up a different person. So yeah, my poor husband doesn't know who he's married to now. No clue. A new woman every day. So that's what we're going to be doing. So I'll post the link for you on Instagram. I'll post the link for you guys below this video, so you can go check that out as well. All right, so tickets are available. Thank you so much. I had so much fun. All right, so we'll see you inside Heal, Quantum Leaping of Your Abundant Self, and the Manifestation Vortex. I know many of you have already enrolled onto Soul Line Manifestation Mastery. That's the big mastermind. So if you enroll in the big mastermind, you get both of those little programs included. So you get the Heal masterclass, and you also get the Manifestation Vortex, all included inside Soul Line Manifestation Mastery, all included. Okay, thank you so much, and lots of love. Lucky girl.